Hey everybody, I'm John Granado. That's Lance Zerline. You can hear us mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet so you get all of our content here at SportsMap HOU. If the Texans are in win now mode, Davis Mills outplays C.J. Stroud, far-fetched to think that maybe C.J. Stroud starts the season on the bench?
I think so. I think C.J. Stroud, ultimately what do you have to lose? You're not expected to win at a high level. I think every quarterback benefits from spending some time as a redshirt, basically learning with mental reps and seeing some things, continuing to develop and practice. You just look at the Texans, you could look at playing Davis Mills and trying to bolster trade value or whatever, but I think it'd be a real wet blanket on the excitement of the city of Houston. I know we saw that when Deshaun was on the bench for Tom Savage. That lasted a half. It lasted a half. And Bill O'Brien said, okay, we got to go with this. But Deshaun was substantially more talented. I think Mills is talented. I think he's got some NFL, talent. But C.J. Stroud, you picked him with the second pick of the draft. My guess is by the end of camp, Stroud will be at least equal to Davis Mills. Stroud's going to have to be really bad for Davis Mills to start the season. That's what I'm thinking.
I would think so, but he doesn't seem as comfortable. Davis Mills has more experience. He's seen a couple of years already. Now he's got NFL experience under his belt. Both of the guys have started about the same amount of games because C.J. Stroud was starting at Ohio State, and when the year before Mills didn't even start the whole season at Stanford. So it is going to be interesting to see if, in fact, I thought it would be Case, if you want to know the truth. I didn't think it would be Davis Mills. I didn't think they would even want to do this. I'm with you. I think that they're trying to drum up some trade interest with Davis Mills, and if they do that, then C.J. Stroud, even if he starts this season on the bench, would be in there pretty soon. I just think that Case would be perfect for the Ravens in week one. Neither Davis Mills or C.J. Stroud are going to go in there and get anything accomplished, quite frankly.
I don't know. I mean, I think you got a running game that is pretty intriguing. Bobby Slowick in his press conference on Monday or on Tuesday spoke glowingly of Tank Dell and his ability. I think Tank's going to be a bigger factor than people think. I'm not writing this Houston Texans team off from even from week one being much more competitive than maybe we expected. We saw 2 years ago when they played the Cleveland Browns. Remember that? And they were much more competitive than we expected.
They were pretty competitive against the Colts last year.
Yeah, they were competitive against the Colts, who ended up being a bad football team last year. But I don't know. I don't know that it's just going to be, C.J. Stroud. You're throwing him to you're not playing the '85 Bears. You're not playing the 2000 Ravens. Yep. We'll see what this Ravens team does.
But the defense seems to be way ahead of the offense. And do you think that gap is going to stay that way? Quite frankly, I'm not all that sad that the defense was ahead of them. If you want to know the truth, if the defense wasn't, if C.J. Stroud was slicing them apart, it's going to be a long, long season.
I mean, they added some free agents, some important free agents. You got Stingley back from injury. Jalen Petrie had a good season last year. You've drafted linebackers from Alabama, and boom, boom. Within the last 3 years, you've added two guys. You added Denzel Perryman. Yeah, I'm with you. Jimmy Ward is there. You better be better than you were last year. And that should be ahead of a rookie quarterback and new wide receivers. And you should be, Kenyon Green is still trying to make his way back. You better be ahead of the offense. But to your point, yes, the offense needs to close that gap once we hit mid-August. It needs to be a better fight.
Absolutely.